Hola amigos, ¿qué pasa? It's Backstreet Lee here, and this is, of course,
Backstreet Brett.
he almost forget. He almost forgot.
Well, you forget, I can't see you, so I can't see the prompt you're going to give
Oh,
as
oh
well.
right.
So
Okay, I'll let you off.
I thought maybe
Okay.
your screen had frozen or your internet's
Oh
gone
right.
down.
Okay. So today we're going to be reacting to Indio Solari with another one of his songs from that famous concert. I think back in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. This song is called, let's have a quick look, guys, Flight 956. So, you ready to go, Brett? You looking forward to a bit of Indio?
Yeah, I think I am actually. Yeah. Very intrigued with the song title as well, especially for any plane spotters. I wonder if that's any link to them there.
Okay, can you see the YouTube screen?
Yes, that's come through now.
Okay, so let me know if you can hear as well, Brett, and we will get going.
Parece que ni el final no me saldré con la mía, mi amor. Debería chequear mi contestador. Fly, nine, five, six, voy a extrañar tu belleza, es como un resplandor. Estoy tan cansado que no tengo fuerzas para discutir. Es tan triste esta vez que no puedo hablar. Fly, nine, five, six, el tiempo dirá. Yo sé que vos vas a regresar.
Okay, paused it before the halfway point of this one. We have done quite a lot of Argentinian rock, and I'll be honest, I don't remember. I get a bit confused with who we've listened to, but I'm trying to think back to Indio, and yeah, this one seems a bit different. We haven't had any sort of like crowd jumping moments as such. I know they were, at the beginning they were all jumping about, but we still are now. But I mean, like it's just we had that sort of instrumental part. It took him a while to start singing, and then he's been singing the whole time. Whereas if I'm yeah, not mistaken, there were other songs he's done where he'd sort of sing, be some instrumentals, everyone would be jumping up and down, and he'd start singing again. Now, not that might happen in this one, but so far it's just been continuous, sort of relatively calm sort of singing. Got those two backing women as well that I hadn't noticed before. I presume they've always been there. I don't know. So yeah, quite interested to see how this one turns out. It's the early days so far, but quite enjoying it. What about you, Brett?
Yeah, so as you said, we've had a lot of sort of Argentinian rock that we've sort of delved into different styles. I remember we had quite a lot of sort of more rockier stuff, and then at this point we had Indio. They were very alternative, very different to what we had been doing. This is probably one of the more rockier ones we've probably had from what I remember. Um, and yeah, it's one of those where the crowd seems to like it, but it's just really nice sort of almost like rock pop, kind of relaxish kind of something. It's not that real sort of hardcore rock stuff that we've had in the past, really. So I really like it. I really quite like. I like the fact his voice is quite soft and relaxed, and it's not so intense, even though it's quite an intense sort of environment. There's other stuff they've generally done. So yeah, I'm quite liking this one.
Okay.
Disculpa mis actos de amor. Siempre hay quilombito en un cielo de dos y nunca hay terreno sagrado, amor. Y es difícil no ser injusto con vos cuando escapas de tu fly, sin reír. Dios no está en los detalles de hoy. Será un melodrama vulgar, pasado 2 meses nos consolará. Llorarás con un ojo y con el otro te reirás. Fly, voy a extrañar tu belleza, es como un resplandor.
Okay, so that was interesting. So we had a very long instrumental outro. It's quite unusual because the singing stopped quite early on, in a way, just because it's such a long outro. It was like a almost sort of relaxing rock song. Like, it wasn't even that soft. I think you mentioned it earlier that it's probably one of the more rockier songs of his we've done, and it felt like, yeah, the band, had a huge part to play in this, obviously because of not just because of the long instrumental outro, but just because of the whole song itself. It wasn't just about the singing from the main guy. Indio, I guess. Is that his name, Indio? Or is that just the band's name? I don't know. So, yeah, it was good. I quite enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't anything like out of this world, but enjoyable enough to listen to. The crowd seemed to be enjoying it, but I think they seem to enjoy anything. Always jumping up and down it. They could probably make, I don't know, what could we say? Probably go to a Barnet versus Fleetwood Town match and be jumping all over the place.
With flares.
With flares, yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, it's just to finish that point. Yeah, that's what I was sort of saying before. Like, so we haven't had really anything really extreme from these guys, but yet the crowd, it almost feels like the song's been dubbed, like as they put a different song on top of what we're actually kind of watching. If you weren't watching the lead singer perform, because he's also quite relaxed in his performance, which again I quite like. But yeah, I really like his voice. I say I really like this kind of what I'm calling pop rock sort of music. I said that a little bit softer, just really nice to listen to. As you said, yeah, obviously we had a long sort of outro when the singer stopped there. But I think that's more of a concert thing as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if the main song was also generally like that. But like I said, it's just still for me to find, yeah, it's just seeing like the crowd. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could still be more intense. It could be really, I get where they could be going a lot more for it, but it seems weird just for that kind of sort of song. And as I said, for most of the songs, they have been quite similar sense where they haven't been that hardcore. And yeah, it's shirts off, flares, going crazy.
Yeah,
with
swinging the t-shirts around. And
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
well, it feels it's more to me. It's probably more just like
swaying,
sort of
swaying.
Can imagine the ukulele just sort of swaying along to it, but not like it's oh yeah. But back to the song, yeah. Even though there wasn't much to it, I really enjoyed. Actually, just yeah, it was actually a really nice song. Again, didn't know much, couldn't pick up much on sort of the fly. Obviously, it was linked with a fly playing, so obviously it had those sort of images in the background of the screen. But yeah, nice song from Indio.
And just before we finish, obviously, I have to ask you this: was there a British influence for you?
Well, I did refrain from like trying to say a band that like Crowded House, which they could have been very similar to that there. Not because it's been brought for a long time. I didn't feel it maybe as much, or maybe I'm just more used to it, just being there. But there is still something about that. I said, still see a lot of similarities with some UK bands that could be like that. Like I said, Crowded House was one that sort of came to mind. Actually, they're New Zealand, so actually they don't really count because I think they've been British influence as well sometimes. But yeah, a little bit, but not so much to make a comment on.
Okay, and just before we finish, I should have mentioned this earlier that if you donate to our channel, we will guarantee and prioritise a reaction request for you. You can find information down below in the comments section and description. So guys, thank you for watching. See you again soon. Adios amigos.